Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will continue our discussion on different combinations which can be found in the science of palmistry. And in this video, I will be picking up comments of yours only which you have raised, which you have asked in the recent upload of mine. So definitely guys, when we talk about the way astrology works, the way numerology works, so does the palmistry works. Like all the knowledge of palmistry comes from the Samudrik Shastra. Over there they have mentioned not only the palm but also on your face as well. Each and every marking on your face just tells about the prominence of that planet in your life. Like the way even all those people who do the face reading as well. So it has been believed in face reading that your cheeks, they represents Venus. Your chin, this represents the planet Saturn. Your nose represents Jupiter. Your right eye represents Sun, left eye Moon. Your forehead is being represented by Mercury. Your hairs are Ketu. Your mouth is Rahu. So same way guys, when we talk about the science of palmistry, from the past couple of years where we have the ease of software, and even much before than that, like from the past couple of centuries, with the knowledge of astrology now has been known to the common man. Before, there used to be a time that only the kings and their priest used to be in the custody of all this knowledge, and they only used to guide the king or the royal family only. But now, because it has been widely available, so people, when it comes down to gaining insight or getting knowledge of psychology or the imminent events, people rely more on numerology, they rely more on astrology, and the knowledge and science of palmistry is little bit fading away. But like the way guys, someone like me who has done like palm consultation for lot many people, and after doing courses and reading books on palmistry, trust me, palmistry in itself is sufficient enough in giving you insight about someone's psychology and a strong idea about the happening of the events. So okay guys, now let me just take up the comments which you have asked. So the very first question is, are you back in India? Yes my friend, I am back in India. Second question is, hi bro, if anybody has a sign of Om in his palm, what is meant by that? What is the purpose of his life? I forgot to mention this thing, that when we talk about the signs, the sign has to be distinctively marked in your palm. Like whether you talk about special symbols, like this could be swastik, this could be fish symbol, this could be star, this could be square. A lot many times what happen is that just because you have heard this thing, that star on the mount of sun can promise a lottery win. So lot many times what happen, people just, they try to with a biasness in their mind, they just try to figure out any crossing random sign as, oh, I have a star symbol over there. So if a sign has to be there on your palm, it has to be distinctively, exclusively marked. Second thing is that, like the way sir you have asked me about the symbol of Om. So yes, if you have a symbol of Om in your palm, it is definitely a very good indication. But in the science of palmistry, all what matters is that where it is being found on the palm. If this Om symbol is found on the Jupiter mount, if it is found on the like mount of Moon, if somehow your headline is making a connection with it, then the importance of that will enhance in a way religious, spiritual mindset. Along with that, support of the luck. Next question is, oh, and the fish sign. I will view your channel for the fish symbol in palmistry. Thank you again. Okay, so when we talk about the fish symbol, I did not know that even in the English speaking segment, it is so popular. Because if you go on towards any Hindi palmistry channel, oh my god, just the fish symbol is something which will definitely give you views, and fish sells like any other thing. So the way I see the symbol of fish is definitely it becomes more important if you will find this symbol on the bracelet on the mount of Ketu, or you will find it like a lot many times I've seen this symbol to be found at the culmination of the fate line, close to the in between the like middle finger and the ring finger. So in between the mount of Saturn and the mount of Apollo, mount of Sun is where you will find this symbol to be more prominent. Now what does it represent? So guys, definitely fish, even if you will go by the symbology of all the zodiac signs, somehow Pisces is a sign which is connected with it. And what I have seen that in all those palms, because see, you cannot just take one science standalone. See, if your research and your expertise is only in palmistry, then definitely you do not need any validation. But someone like me who follow astrology, numerology, palmistry, vastu, all the sciences at the same time, so definitely you can validate it. So what I have seen in my research is that in majority of the cases where fish symbol is prominently marked, it is not like your illusion that you are finding any crisscrossing symbol and you are relating it with the fish. So if there is a distinctively marked fish on the palm, in those kundalis, in those charts, I have seen Jupiter to be well placed. Now this would be a case that the same person came out to be Sagittarius or Pisces rising, Jupiter is exalted, Jupiter is placed in the 9th house, Jupiter is very strong in the Navamsha, or like the moon nakshatra is Punarvasu, Vishakha, Purvabhadrapada, or native's life is very Jupiter driven, like little bit body fat, native is into theology, head of any religious institution, he's a trainer, he's a teacher. So this is how you can relate the fish symbol. Again guys, when we talk about the stupendous wealth, when we talk about sudden signs and symbols which can give you prominence, for that there are like other combinations in the palmistry as well. The whole world is obsessed with just one symbol of fish. I do not know from where it is. All these hype has been built around it. But I guess I have answered your question. And the way you have written that, I will view your channel for the fish symbol in palmistry. So after this, you will watch my channel. Now the next question is, what are the signs in palmistry that show someone has siddhi or is a high level sadhak? Can you do a video on this topic? Okay, now I think I have got very good comment. Give a direction to the rest of the video. So now we will focus over here. So the person has asked me, what are the signs in palmistry that shows someone has siddhi or is a high level sadhak? Can you do a video on this topic? So yes guys, see, if you will take up the case of majority of the religious teachers who are very well respected in the society, all the shamans, all the healers, specifically people who have elevated to that divine status, you will definitely always see them in a symbology in majority of the religions, that there is a halo around on the back of their head. They are in this position where they are giving blessing to people hang their photograph in their houses, they seek their blessing before living. I have also come across like all those families where like they do not even believe or rely on astrology. Like any marriages has to happen in the family, any when the child is born, child has to be named. This is the kind of faith which they put in the feet of their guru, in their teacher, their family guru and all, that only from the blessings and instruction of the guru that they execute major decision and major decision of their life. So when we talk about someone who is born with this sort of higher elevated status, definitely the person will have certain special symbols on his body, on his palm. So again guys, when we talk about the question which you have asked about someone has siddhi or high level sadhak, so in the science of palmistry, where all the prominence will come. So first of all guys, what I have seen in the research is that the mounts are definitely going to be prominent. So I have also uploaded these videos on my channel. You can watch that, you can search that on my playlist about the arch type. So just search for the Jupiter archetype. So I'm very much sure that person who has this elevated status in the life, now this could be a case, it hardly matters that whether the world knows you or not, whether you are being recognized and known in the world as a teacher, as a guru or not, but you have that elevated, awakened sense of consciousness. So it will first reflect in the form of the state of your mount of Jupiter. So this could be a case that you have some special symbols, like this could be a teacher square, this could be triangle, which is connected with the academic talents, or you might have a like some important symbols, a square, triangle, fish, important symbols over there. Along with that, this portion is going to be a little bit protruded. You might have, because guys, in our palm, the major three lines somehow originates under the Jupiter mount only. Like headline starts from there, lifeline starts over there, and the headline, lifeline, and the heart line in a way culminates over there. Some people take the heart line's origin to be from the close to the mount of the Jupiter side. So I mean to say, you will definitely find all the three major lines, the major aspect, avenue of your life, somehow making a strong connection with this mount. This could be a case that the headline is going to be, rather than from the usual length and area of the palm, it might be little bit elevated. It might be starting little bit higher on the palm. Means Jupiter's pull is so strong, its magnetic pull is so strong that all the lines are somehow concentrated on the close towards the region and territory of the mount of Jupiter. Second thing is that apart from the mount of Jupiter, you will definitely find the headline to be little bit curved. Like specifically in the palm of all these elevated people, you will not find too much of the rigidity in the lines. You will definitely find that the heart line is going to be curved. You will find that the headline is somehow going to be curved. And along with that, you will definitely find a prominent sun line. So sun line, which in itself tells about that exalted, elevated state of your soul, of that conscious awareness. So that is the state of the sun line. So these are the lines which will tell about the prominence. Now definitely guys, you will match it with if the person is also has got a strong followership, someone who is also professionally doing all these religious spiritual sciences. He is teaching, he is training, he is giving diksha to the people, to the masses. So then you will get the same confirmation from the fate line or the Saturn line as well. Now guys, when we talk about the special symbols, because definitely if someone is born with that sort of elevated status, or this could be a case that in the first half of your life you were not that spiritually oriented, but now with every passing day your whole attention, focus, priority, your life's endeavors, everything hover around finding that unity with the super consciousness, then definitely you will see that slowly, gradually, some special exclusive symbols will start appearing on your palm. This is what the beauty of these special symbol is that. See guys, when we talk about the major lines, to bring any change in the major lines, it's a very hard work, and with a very slight minute variation, it is going to be getting reflected. But the appearance of the special symbols can be done through strong will, determination, and putting your whole life and energies and work at stake. So I mean to say, some special symbols, this could be the symbol of fish, this could be symbol of swastik, this could be a symbol like the feet of the goddess Lakshmi. So these are the kind of special symbols. They're like list of special symbols which have been mentioned in our Hasta Sanjeevanam, Samudrik Shastra. There are list of special symbols which have been mentioned over there, and somehow I can give you a hint, they have some sort of affinity with the gods and the special symbols used in Hinduism. So Om symbol is one, swastik symbol is one of them, and they're like a pot, ghada we call it in Hindi. So there are like so many symbols which you can find on the palm. Now guys, after that, apart from the mount of the Jupiter, which I already mentioned, so specifically moon mount, your sun mount, and the Jupiter mount will be the first one to demonstrate those symbols. And definitely if you are very much dedicated, devoted to the spiritual austerities, where too much of the deprivation, hatha yoga, putting yourself with physical torture in order to please your gods and all, if that is involved, then you might also get the hint on the Saturn mount as well. So after that guys, let's take up an example as well. So long time back on my Hindi channel, I did a small review of the palm analysis of the very revered Hindu sage Sant Neem Karoli Babaji. So just because see, I'm a very big fan of Krishna Das, and listening to Hanuman Chalisa in Krishna Das's voice is one of my kind of an addiction. And in majority of his old videos where Hanuman Chalisa is being sung with the pictures of the his stay and his the time when he used to spend in the Neem Karoli Baba ashram in Kachi in Nainital. So song is coming along with the pictures of Neem Karoli Babaji. So just because a lot many times when I'm seeing those pictures in lot many photos, Neem Karoli Babaji is giving Ashirwad, blessing to the devotees. And being a palmist, I couldn't control myself to getting intrigued looking at the great saint's palm as well. There have been lot many books which has been written on Neem Karoli Baba's life. There is one book, The Power of the Love or Magic of Love. I even bought that book. I even read that book as well, The Miracle of Love. So yes, I just thought, just because we are talking on this context, we can again have a discussion on Neem Karoli Babaji's palm analysis as well. And again guys, along with that, because ever since I came back to India from Canada, so I also visited. I went to Nainital recently, I guess 2 months back, and we ensure, apart from one Lord Shiva temple, to have a darshan at Neem Karoli Baba's Kanchi ashram as well. So too much of the serenity, calmness which you can find over there. So okay guys, now we will have a brief look at the palm, and all those people who are much interested in the science of palmistry, they will definitely get some insight over there. So guys, first of all, to look at the palm, all the points which we have discussed so far, you can see the prominence of that coming over here in the palm. First of all guys, if you remember or if you have read anything about the Neem Karoli Babaji, you must be knowing this thing that Neem Karoli Babaji is somehow worshipped as the incarnation of the Lord Hanuman in itself. So a lot of the devotees of the Neem Karoli Babaji, they worship him as they are worshipping Lord Hanuman. So if you will look at the palm, definitely somehow Mars has to come into prominence. Now guys, you will definitely see one very prominent line coming from the inner Mars, which is going towards the mount of Mercury. So it is a very distinctive line. Now I do not have any label to give to this line. I already mentioned this thing at the beginning of this video, that in the palm of the extraordinary people, you will find some extraordinary combination. Now definitely this is not a, it's not a typical Rahu line. It's not a fate line. It's not a typical Mercury line. This could be called as Mercury line because it is culminating on the mount of Mercury. But this is not a usual placement for the Mercury to be placed in. Now what does it tell about? Inner Mars is making a combination with the Mercury. So somehow person being an advocate of the energy of the Mars, which can be Lord Hanuman, and speaking, advocating, and too much of the literary work and work dedicated, devoted towards Lord Hanuman. And in his lifetime, Neem Karoli Babaji has also built lot many ashrams of Lord Hanuman as well. Along with that guys, now if you will look at the way I mentioned this thing, that in the palm of these people, you will definitely see very prominent mount of Jupiter. Now if you will see that in the palm, heart line is somehow has one branch which is going very up on towards the mount of Jupiter, and he also has a very prominent triangle on his mount of Jupiter. So again we say that all those people who are doing preaching, something to do with the preaching about the glory of the gods and all, so Jupiter and triangle plays a very important role over there, which is getting valid over here. Apart from that guys, if you will look at the palm, the sun line in any case is very prominent. That is one validation. If you will even look at the length of the Apollo finger, it's very unique because you will not find Apollo finger to be this long that it is almost touching the middle finger, and it is little bit longer than the index finger. That tells about someone who has this capacity to take a risk. Along with that, very lasting fame and glory. And also guys, even if you will see, even in the sun finger, Apollo finger, you will see the top phalange. The top phalange looks like to be comparatively little bit longer than the usual. That also tells about, because the phalanges can also be divided into sattva, rajas, tamas. So that also tells about the increased, enhanced sattva qualities. Along with that guys, if you will definitely see that in his palm, the fate line is very strongly connected with the lifeline. Give someone a very divine aura, makes for regular people, it makes someone very fortunate, but the line is getting it's missing from the middle of the palm. So that also tells about that, you know guys, generally what is believed in the science of palmistry is that absence of lines is good, but if they are present, they should not be afflicted. So the point which I am saying over here is that this is close to a time where we say this thing, that after this point he had left everything behind, all of his worldly duties, responsibilities, which is the domain of the fate line, and got completely surrendered to the feet of the god towards the holy divine work. We can see over here. And if I'm not wrong, Neem Karoli Babaji got married earlier in the life, he had children and all, but later on he was all devoted to the religious work and towards the service and being devoted to the feet of Lord Hanuman. After that guys, definitely the headline in itself is very strong, has got a little bit curved, which is still a very good indication. And yes guys, primarily all the three major mounts on the palm which I mentioned, the mount of moon, mount of Jupiter and the mount of sun are prominent, along with the placement of the signs. And definitely guys, in the case of all these religiously like incarnated people, saintly people and all, you will definitely find that in their palm, on the mount of Venus, over here you will find lot many parallel sister lines, auxiliary lines, which in itself tells about your support network, which tells about your followers, your like all those people who treat you as their teacher, as their guide. So yes guys, that is something which I wanted to say as a brief video on the importance of the special signs and symbols in our palm. Definitely we'll keep on having our further discussion on these kind of similar topics. Please feel free to write your further questions and comments on this video as well, and I will try to replicate them in upcoming next video on the palmistry. So yes guys, for further more updates and notifications on the divine science of palmistry, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.